Oh, there's the police. Probably not supposed to have this up like this while I'm driving, but oh well. Hold on. Okay, here comes another one. Dang. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for coming back for the second video. I know that first one was not the greatest. Could have certainly been a lot better. Hopefully this one is a lot better. I picked up a GoPro 7 Black. That's actually what I'm shooting this on right now. I'm holding it by hand, so it's probably a little shaky. But you know, we'll see what we come up with on this. Heading out to an old abandoned schoolhouse. They tell me it was a schoolhouse. It looks like kind of a mix between a schoolhouse and a house, but they say it was an old schoolhouse, dilapidated. Looks like they stored some stuff in there as well. Checked it out the other day, and now we're heading back to see what we can come up with photo-wise on this. Not too far from my house, so I was able to get out here and check it out. And so I'm excited. What we've got going on here to set up the situation, it's about 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon. Not normally the time that you would come out and try to do photography, landscape photography, but that's really not our goal. Our goal right now is just to show the Ricoh GR III. It's got an AE metering function on it that allows you to, what it does is it takes away all the excess light. What am I trying to say? So if, like, for instance, all the light that comes through a window, it gets blown out, it'll meter for that window. But the problem is, of course, it won't meter for the rest of the room. So for real estate, that's not the best thing. But just to get out and play, so we'll have some fun with it and check that out, maybe. But the idea is to get out and just show what the Ricoh GR III can do, walking through some, you know, just a field, looking at an old schoolhouse, taking some photos. Looked like it might have had some fire damage to it. So anyway, you don't need a huge DSLR to do something like that. You can use this Ricoh, and especially if you're with your family or you're out walking your dog or whatever you do, you just, you know, take it out and bang, 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 and just shoot. And it should, you know, come in real handy for that. Again, it's $900, so I'm not sure that's what you want that camera for. But if you're using it for something like street photography and stuff like that, then of course it's great to have it for that. That's why I bought it. But then you can also take it on trips and places and use it. So this is just kind of an overview, not really an overview. I don't want to even call this a review. It's just a few things I talk about. I'm going to use this in program mode. So just to show you, I really rarely ever use program mode, but since there's no viewfinder and you're using the LCD on the back, it's just easier to put it in program mode and go and just, you know, see what you come up with. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll find out what happens here. And so the next video, well, the next scene you see should be me walking through the field headed toward the old schoolhouse, and then I'll come back and we'll recap and see what we came up with. And again, I really hope this video is better than the last one. If you can, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Hopefully these will get better. If you're a street photographer, I guarantee you they'll get better, because we'll be doing heavy street photography this summer. So give it a like, give it a subscribe, and have a little faith that we'll get a little better on these. All right, guys, thanks, and here we go. So we're walking. Here's a cool little well over here. Okay, we've got the Ricoh GR III. We're going to check out the AE metering mode, which supposed to prevent it from over clipping on the highlights. So we've got that set up. We're in program mode, just because, well, for the video, we're in program mode. This is for those who just want to get out and just start shooting. And hopefully we don't get run off here. I'm taking some shots here, if you can see this. This is kind of hard to make anything come out on these, because not really the type of stuff that you can just get all that excited about. Let's see if we can get something here. Something here shooting into the sun. That probably won't work out well. Let's see if we can come up with something on this side. Let's see how close it lets us get. Those are pretty cool. Okay, those might work out. Might work out all right. Okay, so we're headed this way, and I didn't realize this, but now all of a sudden we've got all these dandelions or daisies or whatever it is popped up here. So that's just awesome. Now I shoot typically with my DSLRs in RAW format. I'm shooting in RAW format now as well. I typically, oh man, this is just cool. Just cool. I typically don't shoot in program mode, but I'm shooting in program mode today. Again, for one reason, is to show this off, or show what the Ricoh does for the average, if you're just out shooting. So it's a very expensive camera, about $900. It probably wouldn't be the only camera you would own. I bought it for street photography, but with the street photography stuff kind of screwing up right now with the COVID, I'm just messing with it on other stuff. I would normally have my Canon with a zoom lens, something like that out here, but this is, I didn't expect this, so this is really neat. Don't know. Like I said, I don't know what we'll get, and I don't know if somebody's going to come by and make us leave. So let's just go here. This is just neat. Beautiful day out here, a little chilly, but a beautiful day to come out and take photos, and that's what I'm doing today. And we'll see. Okay, so this is just a cool, very, very cool house. So again, we're getting a lot of shadows here. This is really not what this AE metering button was probably set up for. But I'm going to show you how, I don't know if you can see inside here. This is just so cool. There's even some horses, if you can see through there on through the windows. Okay, so these are going to be pretty dark initially, because again, what it's doing is keeping the windows from being blown out over there. I'm not sure what you're seeing on the Ricoh. When you walk around structures like this, be very careful. See these boards down there? They certainly could have nails and things in them. So as a photographer, walking around in tennis shoes, you got to be careful. These are just really cool shots here. And again, the beauty of this camera is you can just walk around. This grass is getting really tall. Hope there's no snakes or rodents or varmints, and if there are, I'm invading their space, so I can't complain. So again, I'm not going in this structure because there is a no trespassing sign. So, you know, I'm not sure this metering mode thing is going to work for here because it's so dark inside. You would still have to bring it up in Photoshop or Lightroom. So I'm going to make a spin with the AE metering mode on. Yeah, I'm just not sure that this is going to work for this situation. This is kind of, this will be blown out, I would imagine. That's kind of cool. Okay. I don't know if you can see up here or not. That's neat. But this would need to be shot in the morning, this side of the building. Oh, this is kind of, okay, so this is cool. We can shoot down here, kind of frame it. Oh, that is neat. That is really neat. Again, just really neat. And again, I would normally use a DSLR for something like this, but just to be able to just walk around and shoot it is just really cool. Let me get some of this in there. There we go. Try to get some of the brick, but boy, you really got that contrast between the outside, the brick, and all this. Let me go walk back this way a little bit. Don't look at the house across the street. That guy unfortunately parked right in front of a tree that I wanted to take a picture of as well. But That's his, probably his property, so he's pretty much free to do what he wants to do. Okay, so, oh, I don't know what kind of noise we're getting here. I hope we're not getting a lot of it. Let me try to block that if I can. So okay, so I think I've got everything I need here, and I think I'll head on back this way. And damn, that dude's parked right in front of the tree that I wanted to get when I came back. And since it's probably his property, I think he's got a right to do that. So once again, this is just so cool. Just so cool. Okay, so now we're leaving. That was really cool. I didn't get arrested or anything. That guy was just cutting the grass. So my initial goal was to go in there and try the AE highlight function, which, as I said, prevents any part of the photo being blown out by too much highlight, like sunlight, things like that. But I just wanted to get some shots. I just wanted to get out, get some fresh air, take some photos, like a lot of you want to do. And that's why this camera is good for that, because you can just walk around and just click, 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 and whatever. So for something like this, Ricoh works out pretty well. Driving by, jump out, take some pictures, jump back in your car, take off. That's stealthy. That's what we call the stealth photographer. Oh, there's the police. Probably not supposed to have this up like this while I'm driving, but oh well. Hold on. Okay, here comes another one. Dang. No, that wasn't police. Okay, so at any rate, hopefully we got some good photos out of that. I consider it successful. Had fun doing it. That's really the key, isn't it? So there we go. And we'll see what we come up with, and hopefully this video was a little better than the last video. Not so sure, but we'll find out, I guess. All right, so long, everybody.